Time now for our Critics Corner. This summer, some really big names are headlining shows in Atlantic City. Well, actually, they're coming faster than the whole summer. Here with the scoop on all the Summer Shore shows and concerts is entertainment critic Neil Zorin. Hello, Neil.
Hello, it's good to see you. I want to hear you and Audra sing.
That could happen.
Well, you have to have
We'll
Audra
keep you
back and do
posted.
that. Yes, because I always want the singers to take off and
She's wonderful, really sweet.
belt out. She is. She is, and I think good things are going to happen for her.
I hope so. So we're talking summer concerts, but you're just informing me that this is not throughout the summer. This is this weekend and next weekend. So in a week, all these people are going to descend.
Exactly.
Right?
It's going to be a good summer in general, but these next 2 weekends in Atlantic City, it's like Atlantic City fighting back. It's like they've seen what's happening, losing business in Pennsylvania and Delaware, and people gambling other places, and to bring people back, top names. For instance, Diana Ross is coming, and she's going to be doing what she calls her Stop in the Name of Love tour. Well, I do the Stop, but there is Diana. Diana is 70 years old. She
Is
turned
she
70
really?
on March
Look at
26th.
her. Well,
Yeah.
all right, Diana.
And I still remember, ooh, I can't do it like you can. The baby love.
Baby love, my baby love.
There you go. See, I can't do that.
Maybe she'll hire me as a backup singer.
Yeah, maybe she will. I think
You
you
never
should.
know. I'll go down and just start singing.
I always wanted to be Florence and Mary. That's why I do Stop and then In the Name of Love.
One day,
for the
one
tour.
can hope.
And Diana will also be at the Mann Center on June 25th, so she'll be in Philadelphia area twice. Then, of course, that's at Caesars. The next night at Caesars, Diana is there on July 20th. On July 21st is Ringo Starr.
Oh, wow.
So you have a
Nice.
Beatle, and he's bringing the all-star band, and he will be doing his entertaining. And of course, you had Rain here in Philadelphia last weekend, which is an honest show. So now you see the real Ringo.
The real deal.
And so that's a pretty good weekend at
It
Caesars,
is.
Diana and Ringo. And then you have the next weekend at Boardwalk Hall, you have Lady Gaga. So,
Oh, well.
So finally, you have somebody under 70, and she is going to be doing something at Boardwalk Hall, so that should be a good concert, and that's on June 27th. The next night at Harrah's, you have Bob Newhart. So there you are. You have something for the under 20, or the 20s generation, the millennials, and then you have something again for even older than Diana Ross
That's right.
and Ringo Starr crowd. You have Bob Newhart, who must be in his 80s,
Must
and is
be.
still working. Well, I still remember getting an album of his, The Button Down Mind of Bob Newhart, where he says things like, "Don't say 87, say 87. People know it better."
They'll get it. They'll know what it means that way, right?
Exactly. You know, people editing the Gettysburg Address was one of his first routines, and I think he's still good at that. So they're the four main people, but also coming the same week as Diana Ross and Ringo Starr, Hall & Oates.
I love
Hall & Oates will be at the
I love
Borgata.
Hall & Oates.
Yes,
Yeah.
they just became members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. They're local.
We claim them as our own. We love them.
And do they ever age? I mean, they age, but do they ever? They still look great.
They do look great, and they performed on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame really well. It was they were awesome.
So they're there too. And then there's a group that performs in Las Vegas called Frank Marino's The Divas. And these are people who actually play Diana Ross. And they're female impersonators, but they are
Nice.
very, very good at what they do. There's one of the man who plays Diana Ross is named Crystal. He calls himself Crystal off stage, and he is going to see Diana Ross the day before he goes on at Harrah's.
This is getting warmed up.
Yes. So all of this is going on in Atlantic City for a weekend. And then, of course, they still have the sand sculpture contest that goes on through July 4th. They'll have fireworks on July 4th. But I think this is Atlantic City really coming back and doing things. And there's still more people. The Isley Brothers.
Wow.
Twist and shout. You know, those Isley Brothers, they can work with Ringo on this.
They can.
They're coming to
form a band.
Harrah's. And Avril Lavigne is coming to the Borgata. So there you go. And I have another note. Yakov Smirnoff coming to the Taj.
Yakov Smirnoff. I will tell you an interesting note on Yakov Smirnoff. Do you know I actually opened a show for him one time?
No.
Yes, I did. Right in Atlantic City, early on when I was singing. Yeah, I had the opportunity. He has no idea who I was. He was funny though. Really, really good.
He has one of my favorite jokes. He asks people why they keep a bunch of junk in their garage when they keep their $30,000 car out in the driveway.
Exactly.
Why don't you do it the opposite? The other thing I think we need to talk about, because it's going to happen before I come back again, is that the film of Jersey Boys is going to open. And we'll talk about it in detail when I come back, but actually, I'm looking forward to that because all the previews look fantastic. Clint Eastwood is the director, the original star. John Lloyd Young is playing Frankie Valli. He looks fantastic, and I look forward to that movie as opposed to Annie, the previews of which look awful. But that's not until Christmas.
Well, we'll get to that. Neil, thank you so much for being here,
Well,
as
thank you.
always. Stay tuned because our All Hart Pick of the Week is up next.